The best and cheapest insurance policy? Or 35lbs Mantus anchor, and we're gonna tell you why. So leaving is it's a bit stressful. There's so many different things to think of and prep. Like you've got to get all your paperwork ready. You've got to deal with your insurance for your boat, which has been, I think, something really stressful for us because I've been trying to get insurance to cover the boat, but it's really hard to get. It's really expensive and it's super restrictive, especially if you want to go sail down the Caribbean and maybe be offshore, maybe go to Cuba or Haiti. So we ended up deciding to just go for a liability only insurance that covers us everywhere, which is pretty expensive, but it's pretty much what we gotta do. But I find like getting ready to leave is what's stressful because there's so many different things to do. You have a date that we've got to be out of here by because otherwise we'll be stuck here for the winter because the Erie Canal gets locked up for the winter. So there's so many things between like the paperwork, the insurance, the healthcare, having a little party before we leave, getting the boat ready, trying to get the spares we need, saying bye to everyone. There's a lot of things, and I feel like once we're gone, well, all the hard work is done, and then it's more fixing the boat because things will break. Stuff always breaks. Maintaining it, upgrading some things, and making it more homey. But yeah, it's just there's a lot of stuff to do before we leave, and we just got back to the boat, so we're like, okay, get stuff done. Work for a friend of ours so that we pay off the dinghy davits as well. Whew, let's do this.
Sweet.
They just started selling that for me.
It's so shiny.
Yeah. It's like Christmas.
Yay! So excited. Ooh la la, there's even some yellow whatever thing.
Whatever.
I don't know what that is. Where's the beginning of this? Well, you get to throw it in the water, play with it, and grab it back, you know?
Yeah, you just get that little tiny one.
Trying to take this, I forget what they're called, with the rope redirect here at the bow off, so then we can see how our brand new anchor roller is gonna look. So excited, it's like Christmas all over. It's funny, I never expected to be so excited about a piece of metal, but this piece of metal is gonna give us a lot of peace of mind, and it's gonna give us a lot easier time with the bow roller pulling up this heavy piece of metal. Awkward positions. I'm so thankful to have somebody else to help me with this kind of stuff. Doing this by yourself would really, really suck. So mad respect for all you solo sailors out there. Good on you, because this is tough with two people, next to impossible by yourself. So I'm just happy to have such a wonderful partner.
I love you.
Love you too.
What's going on?
Just trying to get these bolts taken out.
So why are you taking off the cleat?
Because our bow roller won't quite fit in this gap down here. So rather than fiddle with cutting our tow rail and stuff, which I still might have to do, I'm gonna try to just remount this cleat, which will be just 4 holes to re-drill. And hopefully we'll have our bow roller all hooked up. Man, it's hot today.
got our 35-pound Mantus anchor. Super excited. Mantus was kind enough to give us a bit of a discount, which helped a lot. And I should be able to sleep a little better because that's gonna be good and hold well. We had the Danford 20 pounds, which was good for some, but that should be good for everything. Yes! Ha ha ha!
What have you done to the boat?
Nothing. I'm actually trying to organize stuff, you know? Because there's things all over the place and I can't really tell where stuff is. So, organizing. If we get more cleats.
Oh man.
Quoi?
The boat.
That's a mess. Such a mess.
We don't have anywhere to sit or stand almost. And this is after Alex has already organized all these containers here. This is craziness. Batteries in the bathroom.
Wakeboard in the bathroom.
Oh yeah, kiteboard in the bathroom. Alex is trying to make some supper here.
It's like almost impossible. I finally managed to clear a little spot. So I'm making some quick supper because it's like past 9 o'clock, but I just couldn't cook anything because the whole kitchen was used. So making some food. I'm so hungry. Actually, I'm kind of past hunger. Oh
On a
gosh.
positive note, look
No,
at.
it's not positive.
Well, it's not positive.
I've got 3 bugs in there.
Oh no. Get them out. Get them out. Your poor wine. We fixed an issue with our electrical. Basically, our feed from our battery area over to our DC panel was giving us quite a bit of voltage drop. So we increased the cable size going around there, and that seems to have solved that problem. So we have everything we need pretty much to finish off our last 3 projects. We've got a motor mount to replace the bad one. We were originally going to replace them all, but the prices on these are way too expensive. In the US they're 50 US and here they're 150. But we do have one bad one that we really want to replace, so we paid 150 for this sucker. And we're going to get the other ones in the US and replace them later as we see we need them. We also have some cables donated from Mark and Margaret. Thank you guys. These are going to come in handy to make new battery cables because ours are looking pretty shabby. Got a little crimper tool here for that to make our battery, our ends, lugs very similar to these ones. And then finally, last but not least, we have our bow roller, which we have our friend Dave building us a little, basically a plate for the front that will kind of give this more of a solid surface to sit on, and we're going to level it off so it's nicely mounted. Are you excited? We have 3 more projects and they're all pretty much within our grasp.
It kind of feels surreal. We're leaving in like a little over a week, 2 weeks maybe. And I'm just like, whoo, let's get all of this done. Because I am so excited to finally organize the boat and like have a clean boat. Because right now it's just been a mess for the last week, really. There's stuff all over the place. So we've got to finish those projects.
Drill it back off.
As long as we played out the bottom of it really well.
Yeah, it would just need to be something like that on the underside because it would start bend. It curves on the inside too, so I wouldn't need to go that big. I mean, it just had washers under it before, so anything is going to be stronger than what it was. Even though but it did have a lot of material there.
Oh yeah, Dave, tell them about your sweet plate that you've made
A
up
little
for us.
reinforcement plate for the pulpit.
What did you make for us?
A little bit of stainless steel, and yeah, We'll do some trimming and banging and bashing and bending, but no welding involved, so that's always good.
Looks beautiful.
We'll go with
Thank you
this.
so much, eh?
It will look way better when it's done.
What's the game plan with this thing?
We're trying to line up the one bolt on the corner to move the cleat back a little bit to make room for our bow roller. And this thing is going to be some nice support and stop the chain from damaging our gel coat, I guess. And it was a sweet idea by Dave. I like it.
Want to see something exciting? Come on along.
Look at all my bling! I'm a new school boat wrapper. We got some 5/16 chain for our nice new boat anchor. It's gonna be awesome. We only had 6 feet before, so 150 feet is a heck of a lot more. And it should keep us, give us enough road for almost everything we need. And if we need a little extra, we'll have another 150 of rope, which should be more than enough. I don't expect to ever use 300 feet of road. But it's heavy. Wow, this thing weighs a lot. But it's kind of convenient. If you look at our water line, we're way high in the bow of our boat. And we're almost flush with our water line in the back. So it's gonna kind of balance things out.
I've got the best mom. She called me and told me I had forgotten something at home when I was visiting. But then she was like, nah, you didn't really quite forget. But look what she sent me. A nautical flag shower curtain. Because I told her we needed to get one. Love you, Mom. What are you up to?
Oh, just trying to hook up this cleat again. It used to be more forward here, but we decided we wanted to move it back to give more room for our bow roller, which is bolting down over here. And so we could tie whatever comes off our bow roller as well as our lines, at least from this side. I want to use the bolt to push this plate down to line up my holes well, so I don't drill the holes in the wrong spot in the deck here. Let's drill some holes. So I just had to ream out these holes a little bit to the side because they weren't quite lined up. Dave was nice enough to already pre-drill the holes because stainless always sucks to drill through. But they just weren't quite lined up. So I just got to take off a little more off of this hole. All the other three line up perfectly. So we're going to be styling for tomorrow to slap this together, hopefully. I still have to grind a little bit of the front here for the bow roller to kind of line up straight. And then we might have to shim the downward side with a little bit of a plate. But we'll get to that once I get the cleat on and we'll see how it all lines up. So we got our plate, the 2 holes for the bow roller already drilled, our cleat holes all set up. Now there's going to be 2 more holes for the bow roller up here, one through this plastic here and one that's going to just shave the side of the corner of the tow rail here. So I'm just going to use a grinder and cut off that section of the tow rail. Probably use the grinder to shave this section down a little bit so it's more flush with our plate here. And then hopefully we'll be able to mount the bow roller relatively flush. Stop moving, boat. All right, a lot more flush there now. let's see. A lot better. We still need to shim this side, but I think that's as close as we're gonna get it. So it's about this deep. That's how thick our plate is underneath with fiberglass and a wee bit of wood. And a mess on my fingers. Something like that. Alright, we got butyl on these bolts.
Oh boy.
And hopefully everything's gonna go back together okay.
Okay.
Oh wait, we didn't put the washer down. After a quick pause from our sponsor, the Rainstorm, we are finishing up our anchor bow roller and putting back on this cleat. We've had this cleat off for a while, so it's been a little nerve-wracking because we've just been tying off to our tow rail here, but there's some sharp edges on it, so it's not the best thing to tie off to. So we're both very happy to have the cleat back on, and very ecstatic to finally have this bow roller on, because now we have an awesome anchor that we'll be able to trust no matter where we are, hopefully.
Let's celebrate. Ooh, nice little stout. And pale ale, why not?
For now, I'll just...
Cheers!
Woo! Fast forward a few months from what you are just watching, and we have been testing our anchor setup for about 3 months while cruising down the east coast of the United States. And we're here to tell you that we're super happy with it. There was one time that we dragged anchor twice, and that was pretty much putting our anchor at its absolute limits. From 50 knots to 60 knot gusts, and we ended up dragging, but the holding of that anchorage was really soft, silty mud, so that kind of explains it. And when we finally set it the third time, all in this crazy storm, which you should stay tuned for because that was epic, pretty crazy, our anchor finally held and it brought up solid. And ever since then, funny enough, we have slept like babies because, I mean, we haven't been in many storms that are 50 to 60 knot gusts. And so anything less than that, we are almost 100% sure our anchor is going to hold. So we, of course, still set our anchor alarm, but it just feels so nice being able to sleep at night and not feeling like, oh, well, if the wind switches, maybe it's gonna drag or any of that nonsense, because we just don't think about that anymore. We sleep really well, and it just feels great to not have to worry. So this is why we believe that our Mantus 35-pound anchor is our cheapest and most awesome insurance policy. Keeps our boat right where we want it, no matter what the conditions are, up to a certain limit. And we haven't really reached our limit yet, I don't think, for what this anchor can do. So really happy with our Mantus anchor. And I wouldn't trade it for anything else, I don't think, at this point.
Have you ever seen a dragonfly with a horn?
Look at it, it's so weird.
Not sure what happened. I don't think it likes it because it keeps trying to rub it off. Or when dragonflies have sex, is that where the other part attaches and he just ate the other part? I have no idea what this is. Should go show this. Hello! We are on our friend's boat. So right now we're trying to get ready to leave, but we're also working on someone else's boat. You wanna know why? It's because we got some new dinghy davits. Our old one last year snapped on us, so we got some really awesome beefy ones, and we've been trading some work to pay off the dinghy davit, which is why we are surrounded by teak. We've been pretty much scraping, sanding, and trying to get all the varnish off. So let's get at it.
By the way, this railing is the one that's causing us the most trouble. I forget what it's called, but this orangey, oh, the lighting is terrible on this side, but the orangey bit here that comes out as kind of, yeah, an orange colored teak. I hate this stuff. This stuff flakes off, and I'm definitely never going to put it on my boat, because to sand it, it actually just bubbles away and doesn't sand away very nicely. You actually have to sand it slowly. If you heat it up, it just completely just makes a mess, and you're there sanding for so much longer. I think this is the easier way to get this stuff off. Otherwise it just bubbles away on you. But at least getting the initial bit here with this scraper seems to make it a lot easier on me. Because then I just have to sand this a little bit and it's not so bad. Got a lot of work ahead of me. All the varnish off the floor. It's looking much better now.
Well, we did it. We sanded it all. Woohoo! The dinghy Davids are paid for.
So the last couple weeks, actually ever since we left work, working full time, I felt like my brain has not been functioning fully. My brain is always in this daze where I'm not really fully there, invested in what I'm doing. I'm always thinking of what's next and what's going on, and what else I have to do here. And even when I'm relaxing and I'm trying to enjoy, our last little bit here with friends and, people that we've met since being here at the marina, I find my brain is just like so sporadic that I'm not even fully there, and I'm not even fully enjoying, I guess, the time that I have. I'm trying to pull myself back and just like remember that, I'm here to enjoy the process of, getting the boat ready and getting ready to sail around the world. And I also want to say bye and, really enjoy the time that we have with the people around us, and enjoy, the lifestyle that we've come to love here. But I'm finding myself just battling with my brain because it's always thinking about what I have to do next. Like we're not actually leaving in a couple weeks, because my brain is just so all over the place. It doesn't feel like I'm getting ready for a trip. It feels like I'm getting ready for, I don't know, I can't even explain it. I'm just like, my brain is not functioning normally. It's just so sporadic and all over the place that it's so hard to focus. So I'm very excited for when there's a little less on our plate and I don't have to be thinking of 100 different things and trying to organize everything all at once. I'm looking forward to just relaxing for a few days, maybe before we leave, if that will happen, or at least relaxing during the trip. We're building our solar panel supports so that our solar panels don't just have to be tied to our lifelines, and they can actually fold up. Well, basically the same thing that we have on one side of the boat. I decided to make up another set because they've been working really well for us. Alex is trying to cut this pipe. Let's see your strong arms. Go for it.
I need to be stronger. I got it.
The ratcheting ones are so much easier.
Oh gosh, you're cutting the next ones. That hurts.
You're so strong.
I should be weak so that you do everything. Yes!
So this is the basic setup of what we're looking to accomplish. A long bar connected with two T's. So we got our two T's, our two end pieces. This one I already glued on to make sure the glue is still good. We got some PVC/ABS glue And we're gonna stick all this together and make this sort of shape for our supports. Let's do this. It's a little gooey. It might not be the best stuff, but it'll work for what we need. Let's slap these together. Wow. I gotta go with the tie wraps, but I just used 3 tie wraps on the back side of this and tie wrap it to the 3 grommets down at the bottom on this side, and then I should have nice extendability.